What's up guys, welcome to the AndesAudio show. I'm Charles. Today we are checking out a pair of earphones that look insanely eye-catching and full of details. The Tanchjim Origin Lost Manor limited edition. Let's dive in. Here the whole set, everything follows the Lost Manor theme, and the design is really striking. One side has the Arsenal Tanch artwork and the other shows the Lost Manor emblem. Both use laser engraving and a bright matte finish, very clean and premium. And what really surprised me is a dedicated protective shield. I've honestly never seen a protective cover included in an IEM before. Now you can see, easy to put on and take off. There's also a semi-transparent film for wrapping the earphones during storage so they won't get scratched. Every accessory feels carefully crafted and you almost don't want to touch them too roughly. Then we have a hardcover Lost Manor audiobook, another unusual item for an IEM package. Good paper, beautiful illustrations, and it reported took more than 6 months with multi artists involved. Pretty impressive, but it feels more like a collectible. You can really tell Tanchjim paid attention to even the smallest details, like the two spare nozzles, L for brighter tuning, D for more dynamic tuning, and the pre-installed one is S for standard. And don't miss the tiny translucent rubber on each nozzle. It keeps the front chamber sealed tight. Another highlight is the set of 3 interchangeable plugs. They feel solid, well made, and they even have the Lost Manor pattern. One of them uses a USB-C port with DSP support, so you can tweak the tuning through the Tanchjim app. Then the storage case is custom-made for this limited edition. It looks elegant, feels premium, and has plenty of space. And the cable is soft, not too stiff, still high quality. I really like it. So you can see why I call this earphone very aesthetic and packed with details. Putting the sound aside, the design, packaging, and accessories already show a lot of thought and effort. Very impressive. Alright, let's move on to the most important part, the sound. But first, a quick note. The shells are stainless steel and weigh about 13 grams each. The connection between the shell and the nozzle has a textured pattern, and the surface is very smooth. All these elements combined together, you'll get a few impressions. A slight cool sensation when you first put them on, a bit heavy, average stability and insulation. And once you add the cable and the plug, the whole setup feels quite substantial. Now, the sound, the Lost Manor uses a 10mm DMT5 ultra dynamic driver, and the bass is boosted. The low end is noticeable, tight, controlled, and with good dips. I like how thick and punchy it feels. The mids are lifted around 5 kHz, so vocals come through clearly with good detail and a slightly bright tone. To me, the mids feel a little thin, but for single dynamic, it still performs pretty well. The treble is clean and not sharp, with decent extension. However, on tracks with busy vocals and decent instrumentation, some instruments sit a bit forward and the layering feels a little bit muddy. So what I like most about this earphone is the combination of a full tight low end and clean natural mids. Considering the price is not really designed to compete on value, because similar sound signatures exist in other single dynamics, including Tanchjim's own Origin DMT5. So in my view, the real charm here is the limited edition design, the same accessories, and the thoughtful craftsmanship. And those elements naturally appeal more to collectors, anime-style fans, and loyal Tanchjim supporters. Alright, that's just my experience with it. What really matters is how it sounds to you. For more details, check out the AndesAudio's website. And if you are looking for your next IEM, don't forget to stop by AndesAudio. Thanks for watching. See you next time.